Hey, it's 12:31. This is deadlift workout. It's crazy how this year has gone by. Excited for 2026. But working up to a heavy set, 320 pounds times 8, you can see it's a pretty big struggle, honestly. And looking back at some of my past videos 8 months ago when I was training for, the 8 reps, I was at like 350. It's going to be an exciting journey to get back to that, but going through some warm-ups here. Yeah, one of the things that I've been trying to do is actually touch the bar down because of my imbalance on my shoulders and my hips, or both. I think my left touches first and it kind of gets me a little off-centered, but working on correcting that. And actually pausing at the bottom. So I find when I don't actually touch, I lean forward a little bit and kind of messes up my whole balance. So more imbalances that I'm working through. Gonna do a series on how to identify those and what I do to correct them. I think this is the working set, 320. I think in this set, like at 135, I was like, oh man, this feels heavy. It's 4 a.m. I think it's like 25 degrees outside. Might have something to do with it, might not. All variables matter as far as I'm concerned. And so reducing the amount of variables you have in your lift increases the efficiency. It's pretty good form. See the touch. This 3, look, I'm already struggling. Pretty good form, not leaning forward. My hips are rising a little bit early, but not by much. My garage is also slanted down a little bit. I'm probably on like a 3 to 5 degree slant down. May affect, may not, I don't know. So I've been doing raised lunges. You can see the dumbbell on the plate on the floor with my heel on. Emphasize a little bit more of the quad. Like I've been lifting for like 10 years and my legs haven't grown at all. So trying every little thing to increase the size of my quads. I feel like I also did way too many warm-up sets here. I think I did the bar, 25, 135, 155, 180. I'm going to cut that down significantly, probably do the bar just to get a feel. 135 and then 180. I think I'm increasing to 185 next workout. I actually do like the heel raised. I do feel like it keeps more emphasis on my quad. One thing that I've noticed is on my heavy set, I lean back a little bit to use a little bit more of my glute and posterior chain, really focusing on driving through the toe and the heel and keeping my center of gravity forward. Let's see if you can see it in the actual video. No, you can't really see it. I like recording myself because, in the moment, it feels so much harder than it actually looks. I actually rack the bar on my heavy sets between legs. I just mentally feel more focused by doing that. Going into the second leg, it's like, oh shit, starting all over after you just exhausted one leg, it's a mental struggle. Let's see if you can pick up the lean here. Yeah, so you can see it a little bit there, how I go back and use my posterior chain a little bit more. And then you can see at the top, I'm really coming forward. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. Maybe I'll record these from the side next time so you can get a better look. These are something I just incorporated into my workout. I've always done like deadlifts, stick leg deadlifts, but there's something about the reverse curl that hits a different part of the hamstring. And I'm really trying to shorten up my hamstrings to bring my butt down to overcorrect my anterior pelvic tilt. And this is another thing. So you stretch the abs, you stretch the hamstrings, and it should even out my hip placement. Again, I'll record a session about imbalances, how to find them, what I do to correct them. I feel like this is just a never-ending journey, and you just need to be continually tweaking. Calves. So last year was the first year I actually started doing calves. I had tiny baby calves, but now I'm doing the one-legged, which you see here, and then I'll do two-legged, the variations. So pigeon toe, toes out, and then toes straight, and do 15 on each. That's 45. And then another 15. What was that? 60 reps on calves. That's a 45-pound kettlebell in my hand. But these gas me towards the end. Here again, working on that lower abs. I think you get 14 here, which is one more than last set. These I just started. Try to control the abs at the bottom, not too much anterior tilt. And I believe this is the last set. So tomorrow I'll do back. I've been doing chin-ups just I have a little bit of right inner elbow pain just because my shoulders are imbalanced, my lats are imbalanced. But I want to go back to pull-ups. I'm going to see how they feel tomorrow. See how the elbow does. But that'll be tomorrow, and then 2 days off. I feel like as a natural bodybuilder, that rest is really important, and I've increased my rest significantly over the past maybe fourth quarter, 25. But now that I've dialed in my food intake, I feel like I've wasted a decade of lifting not having my food on point. But now that I have my food on point, I actually have goals to hit on those off days. It's a little bit more manageable. All right, well, that's that. Thanks, team.